Okay, I wanted to talk about this little Ruger charger. Everybody's probably seen this video in multiple videos I've done. I've kind of been through a few iterations with it, but I think this is the kind of final, at least for now, configuration that I'm happy with. I think I'll leave it alone for a while and just enjoy it now. I like to do that with guns. When you have a bunch of parts, it's so easy to swap parts and make different configurations, try them, see what you like, what you don't. And for the article I wrote this up with, it was part of a group of 6 different Ruger chargers. So I had pieces and parts that I swapped around all over the place, but this is where I landed on. I like it. So the heart of this charger system is the PMACA chassis. This is their standard configuration, which means it's pretty short up here. And I had to order it with the suppressor cut to it, which just put in your order comments and they'll do it for you for free. It's basically this little indentation right here so the suppressor can tuck when you're using a 4.5-inch barrel. If you don't order that configuration, it will hit with a 4.5-inch barrel, so be aware. On the standard little rail section that they give you, that's the rail they give you, I took a Magpul AFG and I cut it down. You can see my hack job right there. Cut it flush so that way I can just grip it. It looked kind of weird when it was stuck out like that, so cut it down. I use that for offhand work, and then if I know I'm going to be shooting off the tripod, I just put this little cheapy Arca adapter that I got on Amazon. I'll put a link to this in the video notes if you want to see that. But basically it runs that most of the time. I run 15 round mags. 25 round mags I ever had, I could never get to run, so I've switched to 15s and they seem all right. Uses a Magpul MOE-K grip. I've tried the BCM grip on here. I like it a lot. It's just a little bit bulky for what it is. So this is pretty much the length I need. It gives me all the grip I need. It's got the same angle pretty much, so it's good for me. The trigger group is a BX trigger, just a Ruger BX trigger. Added a tandem cross auto bolt release on it, and that one's pretty much stock other than that. The chassis, or the receiver, is a Brownell's BRN22 railed receiver. I did the railed receiver just to not have extra parts when I'm mounting optics and everything, so this is a new addition today. I just put on and set it in. It's a Holosun 403 GL. This is just their micro red dot. This one's actually discontinued now, but they make other versions just like it. 2-minute red dot. Works great. Is small enough, crisp, clean that I can shoot it easily. Moving back here, I'm using the SB A3 from SB Tactical brace, the adjustable brace, and I'm using their folding adapter here. So this just gets it down just a little bit shorter overall package. Whether you need it or not, it fits in a backpack a lot easier. I had it, so I might as well use it. The only thing I don't really care for on the SBA3 or the SB Tacticals adapter, it's got a little bit of wiggle. You'll see there that in this system, the hinge right there, there's just a little bit of slop. So I wish it locked a little bit tighter on the closed position, but it's not that bad. Push it down, flip it, and it's fairly sturdy once it's locked up. It's got a little bit of wiggle in it, but it is what it is, and it gives me the ability to fold it, so I do that. Bolt is factory, except for a tandem cross, upgraded extractor, and I use a little buffer back here to make the bolt slap not so loud. And then this little charging handle, this little charging handle is kind of crazy. It's a $10 part, and I can only find it on eBay. I don't know who makes it, why it's there, but it's a $10 little cheapie. It just slips over your standard charging handle, has a set screw there and a set screw in the bottom, just clamps on it. I've had one of these since I was, I don't know, probably 15 years ago now, and I just bought this one as an additional one, so I've got an extra one, so I put the new one on this gun. And I love it. It's simple, big, gives me to do the old AK overhand or underhand charging, no issues. It doesn't get hot, doesn't do anything. Should be good. And then what made this build all worth it is the Connecticut Precision Chambering CPC 22LR barrel. So Randy over at CPC took this was a factory carbine barrel, 16-inch barrel. He chopped it, rethreaded it to 1/2 by 28 to 4.5 inches, and did all of his mojo into the chamber. So this gun is much more accurate than the aftermarket barrel I used to have in here, and it is actually worthy of staying together now. So Randy over at there did all the work on that. I recommend that. You can send him barrels. He can probably find a takeoff barrel in his junk pile and redo it for you. I think he's reasonable. I've got another carbine out there right now getting the full works done by him, but this barrel was our first thing we did together, and I love it. This makes this package worth it. I hated before with the other aftermarket barrel I had on there, it just felt like I owned a shotgun and it was so annoying. So now this gun is handy, fast, quiet. Speaking of quiet, the only thing I have coming for this, another eBay purchase, I couldn't find anything that had it regular, is a bolt stop. So it's basically a piece of metal, this shape of the ejection port with a magnet on it, so it'll stick to the metal bolt, and it'll just lock up here and keep it single shot. Then you can manually cycle it, because a lot of this noise suppressed is the action click-clacking around, but that'll keep it shot down for single shot. Yeah, you can hold your thumb in front of there and lock it up, do the same thing, but I figured just to make it convenient, I'll probably tether it up here so I can magnet it over there and just pull it over here. I'm not sure yet, but that's about it. This gun is super fun, cheap to shoot. You can run bulk pack through this, standard velocity bulk pack, and it'll go subsonic. Just because it's a 4.5-inch barrel, you don't need to buy subsonic ammunition. Hyper velocity or high velocity ammo still gets a little bit more cracky, but it still is pretty damn quiet. It's all hearing safe. This gun's awesome. There'll be links below if you need to buy any of this stuff. Make one like it. I love it. I'm sure you'd love one too.